Hello students, welcome to the Pole Science of Class 12 Arts, and today we will begin with the same topic that we read previously about the democracy in Bangladesh. How did Bangladesh actually gain independence? Related to that only we had completed the half of the portion, and today we will try to complete the other half portions that are left out in this topic. So in order to understand more easily, we will again rewind what we read actually, so that we can understand the whole topic easily. So let us rewind then. Firstly, we studied about Bangladesh, that was a part of Pakistan from 47 to 1971. Clear? It was a partitioned area of Bengal and Assam, and these East Pakistani people were actually dominated by West Pakistani. Clear? And Urdu language was actually forcefully imposed on them. We read about this. After that, as they were trying to forcefully impose Urdu language, the East Pakistani people started protesting. And who was the leader of their protest? Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Thereafter, in 1970, during their protest only, 1970 elections were held in which the Awami League, led by the same person who was leading the popular struggle, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, won all the seats. That means in East Pakistan he won all the seats, and he also secured a majority. Majority means through which he can form a government in whole of Pakistan. Clear? Be it East Pakistan or West Pakistan, you can say a whole of Pakistan he can form the government. But this was not followed or obeyed by the West Pakistani leaders. They told that this cannot be accepted. So as a result, in 1970 only, the military rule was imposed. And as soon as this military rule was imposed, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, their leader, who led the protest, or you can say the leader of Awami League, was arrested. First thing that they had done was they had arrested Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. After that, they tried to stop the mass movement of the people. They tried to stop whatever the movements or protest was going on. They tried to stop the military, and in this way, in trying to stop, they killed thousands and thousands of people of East Pakistan. And as a result, what happened? In order to save their lives, these people of East Pakistan ran away from their own country and crossed the border and came to which country? Our country, India. So as they came to India as a result of migration, they created a problem for us also. They created the refugee problem. I had told you earlier that this refugee problem is still creating a problem. Till 2020 we are suffering for this. So as a result, as it had created a huge refugee problem, the government of India supported the demand of the people of East Pakistan. The government of India actually did what? They supported the demand of East Pakistani people. The East Pakistani people were actually demanding for the formation of independence. That means they wanted that East Pakistan should be separated from West Pakistan and they should form a newly independent country, which the government of India was actually supporting. So in order to support more, the government of India, what they did, they helped them financially also and militarily also. So as the government of India was supporting the people of East Pakistan, as a result, Pakistan actually fought war in 1971 with India. As a result, because India was helping, so they were not liking this, and as a result a war was fought. And what was the result of the war? The Pakistani forces had to surrender because they were defeated and they had to surrender the East Pakistan. Whole of East Pakistan was actually surrendered, which they had captured, because earlier East Pakistan was in Pakistan only. So after war, this East Pakistan was not in the hands of the Pakistani forces. They had to surrender, and after surrender, what happened? This East Pakistan was actually formed into an independent country, a newly independent country known as Bangladesh. Clear? So up to here we had read. Now we will try to understand the left out points in order to understand it more easily. After this, Bangladesh finally drafted its constitution declaring a faith in secularism and democracy. That means in 1971, when East Pakistan was actually surrendered by the Pakistani forces and it was declared as an independent country, that means East Pakistan was not under any rule now. East Pakistan was actually an independent country now, separated from West Pakistan. So after this independent country was actually known as or renamed as what? Bangladesh. So earlier it was East Pakistan, now it was known as Bangladesh. That means the people speaking Bengali. Clear? So that's why it is known as Bangladesh. So Bangladesh, after this, it drafted its constitution declaring faith in secularism and democracy. So after that, it was declared as an independent country. Bangladesh actually wanted to make what? Or they started making their own constitution. And while making their constitution, they declared themselves as what? They will follow secularism and democracy. Secularism means irrespective. They will support each and every religion irrespective of caste. Be it Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, Christian, everyone can live. Just as in case of India. India is also following what? Secularism. That means where different religions are living happily and they are also following democracy. Like that only Bangladesh also adopted faith in what? Secularism and democracy. After this, in 1975, Sheikh Mujib got the constitution amended from the parliamentary to presidential form of government. He then abolished all the parties except his own party. This led to conflicts and tensions, and Sheikh Mujibur was assassinated in a military uprising in August 1975. So, soon after drafting its constitution and declaring having its faith in secularism and democracy, 4 years after, in 1975, Sheikh Mujibur got the constitution amended. That means Sheikh Mujibur was the leader of Awami League, formed the government, and 4 years after gaining independence in 1975, what he did? He amended. That means he changed the constitution from, earlier it was parliamentary, that means democratic form of government. He changed it from parliamentary or democratic form of government to presidential form of government. See, after gaining independence, he should not have done that, but he did. He changed. First thing he did was amended the constitution and he changed the parliamentary form of government to presidential form of government. After that, secondly, what he did? He abolished all the parties except his own party. That means after that, as it was a parliamentary form of government with multi-party democracy, he banned all the parties. That means except his party, Awami League, he left his party, and leaving his party, each and every party was banned actually. It was abolished. So only single party was there, that was Awami League. So this led to conflicts and tensions, and Sheikh Mujib was assassinated in military uprising in August 1975. So as a result, what will happen? If a popular leader like Sheikh Mujib did what? Firstly, he changed presidential form of government to parliamentary form of government to presidential form of government. He then banned all political parties, leaving his own Awami League. So as a result of these two instances or incidents, it led to what? It led to conflicts and tensions. So people started protesting against this type of dictatorship. Earlier he was a very popular leader. People supported him while he was fighting for the people. But this time he was not being supported because he was trying to become a dictator. So as a result, protest was done and conflicts and tensions were created. And in August 1975, he was assassinated. That means he was killed in a military uprising. As a result of his wrongdoing, he was actually killed or assassinated in August 1975 in a military uprising. Just think that if a ruler is doing for the people, he will always be supported, but if he tries to be dictator, then he will be killed or he will be removed in this way, as Sheikh Mujibur's condition was there. After that, The new military ruler Ziaur Rahman formed his own Bangladesh National Party and won elections in 1979. He was also assassinated and another military takeover followed under the leadership of Lieutenant General H.M. Irshad. So after assassination of Sheikh Mujibur, he was actually a new military ruler was the successor, and his name was Ziaur Rahman. But he was not from Awami League. He formed his own party that was named as Bangladesh National Party. And after forming his party, he won elections in 1979. That means 4 years after the assassination of Sheikh Mujibur, in 1979, Ziaur Rahman, after forming Bangladesh National Party, won elections. But regarding him also, the story was same. He was also killed. He was also assassinated, and another military takeover was followed. That means what? After gaining independence, until 1975, it was democratic form of government. Then after 1975, as Sheikh Mujibur Rahman tried to be dictator, he was firstly killed. After that, second military ruler Ziaur Rahman, he won elections but in 1979, but he was also killed in the same way. Then third again, there was a military rule, and it was under the leadership of General H.M. Irshad. Clear? So soon after, the people of Bangladesh started protesting for the establishment of democracy, and H.M. Irshad was forced to allow political activity. He was later elected as president for 5 years, but mass protest made H.M. Irshad to step down in 1990. So 1971 to 75 democratic rule, then 75 second rule was regarded as, until 75 was regarded as democratic rule. Then after the killing of Sheikh Mujibur, again military rule was followed. Ziaur Rahman, he formed his own Bangladesh National Party. He won elections in 1979. That was a military rule. As a result, he was also killed in the same way as his earlier successor, like Mujibur Rahman. Then it was followed by General H.M. Irshad. So when H.M. Irshad took over the power, or took over as the leader of Bangladesh, then again the people of Bangladesh started protesting. And they were protesting for what? They were protesting for establishing democracy in Bangladesh. And as a result, he was forced to allow political activity. So H.M. Irshad actually was forced. He was by bound was forced to allow political activity, because the people were protesting, that they were demanding that democracy should be there, and the only way to run Bangladesh, they were demanding, was democratic form of government. And in this way, he was elected also as the president for 5 years. That means when the people protested for the establishment of democracy, during that time only he had to allow political activity, and while allowing political activity, he was actually elected as the president for 5 years. But during these 5 years as president, the people were not satisfied by his ruling abilities. So for that, they again started protesting, and finally H.M. Irshad, the military ruler or the general, was actually forcefully had to step down or had to resign in 1990. Clear? Since then, from 1991 onwards, democracy based on multi-party system has been successfully working in Bangladesh till date. Till date means 2020. So as in the year 1990, due to the people's protest, H.M. Irshad was actually bound to step down or had to resign in 1990. Then after 1990, you can tell that from 1991 onwards, the form of government that is there in Bangladesh is the democratic form of government. And along with democratic form of government, there is a multi-party system. That means no single party is there. There are many parties, out of which the people are given the right to vote, and out of these many parties, be it 9, 10 or 11, suppose assume it as there are 10 parties in Bangladesh right now under the democratic form of government. The people are given the right to vote, and they can choose from this, out of this 10 party, the one eligible party to run the government of Bangladesh. So you can say that from 1991 onwards, the system of government in Bangladesh is democratic form of government, and it is working, or it is running successfully till date. From 1991 to 2020, the form of government here is always been the democratic form of government. So it has come to the end of this topic, that is democracy in Bangladesh. So today's topic, we need to revise once more what we studied actually. After gaining independence, it drafted its constitution, and it promised to abide by following secularism and democracy. After that, 75, there was an instance where Sheikh Mujibur, their popular leader, tried to be dictator. When he changed the parliamentary democratic form of government to presidential form of government, he then banned each and every party but left his own party. This led to what? The protest, and in August 1975 he was killed. After that, his successor was being overtaken by whom? Another military ruler, that was the new military ruler, his name was Ziaur Rahman. He was not from Awami League. He formed his own party that was known as Bangladesh National Party. As a result, after forming in 1979, he won elections also, but his condition or his story was also the same as of Sheikh Mujibur. He was also killed or assassinated, you can say. After that, another military ruler came. You can say that another military ruler overtook after the killing of Ziaur Rahman. Another military ruler that overtook was H.M. Irshad. But people were not so much happy with his ruling abilities. So people started to demand for the establishment of democracy, which H.M. Irshad agreed up to some extent. So as he agreed, he was also given a chance and was elected as the president for 5 years. But as his type of ruling was not, with this type of ruling, people were not much happy. So again the people started protesting, and as a result, what happened? In 1990, he finally stepped down as the president. You can say that he resigned. Then concluding, you can say that 1990 he resigned, and after that 1991 onwards, the form of government till date is not presidential form of government, but it is democratic form of government. You can say that for the past 30 years, Bangladesh is running democratic form of government, which is based on what? Multi-party system. That means there has been more than one party. By which what is happening? What is the benefit of multi-party system? The people will have the choice to elect the leaders or the party which they like actually. So for the past 30 years, Bangladesh has been successfully running the democratic form of government. So I hope that whatever the points I have made you understand today, it is very much clear related to the democratic system in Bangladesh. So with this, I will wind up today's topic. Thank you.